right, last problem in our set of practice. So it says calculate the following values. So if y equals 2 plus 4.3x, what is the value of y when x equals negative 6? So don't overthink these. All you're doing is plugging this guy into where you see x in that equation. So if I were to do that, it would look like y equals 2 plus 4.3 times negative 6. And what's nice is that you could enter this all into your calculator at once, just making sure that you're using parentheses and the negative sign. So I'm not going to give you guys the answer to this one. I'm going to let you figure that one out, and kind of like the problem above, you're going to have to show me and I'm going to have to check it. So we're actually going to do that for B, C, and D. All of these are set up really nicely for you to get some practice plugging in and then figuring out how to properly enter that on your calculator. So if we jump over to part B, it says if g of x equals, and then in parentheses, x minus 3 squared, what is the value of g of negative 9? So again, you guys, I'm taking this negative 9 and plugging it right in there. So g of x equals negative 9 minus 3 squared. If you wanted to simplify this a little bit further before you entered it in your calculator, you would end up with g of x equals negative 9 minus 3 more would be negative 12 squared. Again, plug that into your calculator and then tell me what g of x equals. All right, moving on to part C. So if c of x equals x minus 2, what is the value of x when c of x equals 3.5? So you guys, this one is a little bit different. It's telling you that c of x equals 3.5. So that means I'm going to take this 3.5 and I'm going to plug it in over here. I'm going to replace this whole thing, right? C of x equals this. It's not telling us that x equals it like it did up here. It's telling us c of x. So this would actually look like 3.5 equals x minus 2. I think from here, you guys can definitely do that. You don't even need your calculator. There's one step that you have to do. And now moving on to this last one. So if y equals 5x squared minus 4, what is the value of y when x equals negative 2? So again, x equals negative 2. Let's go back over here to our equation and plug it in right there. And if you think back to the math notes that you guys were supposed to copy, not last class, but the last class before, it said when you're plugging things in, make sure you plug it in using parentheses, because especially when there's that negative sign, you don't want to lose it. So this would look like 5 parentheses negative 2 squared minus 4. If you wanted, you could do some of this. Oh, let's add our y equals. You could do some of this simplifying, or you could honestly enter it into your calculator just like this, and it'll tell you what the answer is. But for the sake of showing you guys that next step, let's simplify it a little bit more. So we've got an exponent parentheses. We're definitely going to do that before this multiplication. Please do not think that this is 5 times negative 2 and you do that first, because you will not get the right answer. You want to do negative 2 squared, or negative 2 times negative 2, right? That's what that exponent means. So negative 2 times negative 2 would be a positive 4. So we'd end up with 5 times 4 minus 4. And again, I think you guys can definitely do this one. So just like this previous problem, I want to see your work when you're done, and I will double check your answers. But besides that, that's all the practice that we have.